Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
What a day. What a day. This might be the best Fantasy Football Sunday in this show's history. We had everybody exploding. Week 8 was remarkable. Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 carries, 127 and a touchdown in a Week 8 win against the Titans, adding 1 catch for 6 yards. Achane. Achane. Everybody talking about him in the first quarter. At halftime, did he get injured again? He looked hobbled, Smitty. Did you see his ankle injury? Oh, then he kept running the football 10 toes for 97 yards in the Dolphins' Week 8 loss. That was bad. We want this team winning and doing good things. Adding 6 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. We had monsters exploding everywhere. MHJ bouncing back. Lots of stuff to go over. The Fantasy Football Show. Keon Coleman to the moon. Keon Coleman to the moon. What are we doing? What are we doing? The Fantasy Football Show. Already hit the intro, but it begins right now. It begins right now. Wow. Okay, let's go over all the stuff we can go over before this game kicks off, the Sunday night game. I just gave you these two monsters. What absolute machines. Buy low players that are no longer attainable. We talked about buying low on Achane. That's done. Taylor, buying low on Taylor. That's done. Pacheco, buy low. That is going to come because guess what? Hunt's going to break down. This return is maybe closer than we think. This is your last chance to go get him. Unfortunately, the game being played might put you in a disadvantage of getting him now. That's why we talked about it all week. He didn't have a big game. Tyreek Hill looked good. He looked better. There's still buy low opportunity here walking into next week. This will be the best buy low of week number 9. CeeDee Lamb. He's about to play right now. Let's break down it as much as we can, as quick as we can. We'll get to your super chats as soon as we can as well. Let me put all these news items that we've already discussed over in the corner here. We got Bijan Robinson. Could have had such a better, bigger, stronger day, and he still was fire. 13 carries, 63 yards in the Falcons' Week 8 win against the Bucs, adding 6 catches for 37 yards and a touchdown. Love how much they're getting this man involved. And anybody that doubted Bijan early in the year,
your Bijan card has been revoked.
Hi, my name is Bijan Robinson. I like long walks on the beach. And, well, I also like scoring touchdowns. Let him cook.
Bijan. JD5 is an absolute machine. JD5 is the man, the myth, the legend. JD5 doing JD5 things. Look at JD5 go. Look at JD5 go. 18-15. Washington wins. JD5's a machine. And you have people running their mouth about this guy, Caleb. CBS on NFL said that JD5 was going to get schooled by Caleb today. I don't think so. JD5, game-winning touchdown. Let's go, JD5. Cook.
Let him cook.
Probably the best week we've ever had on this channel. If you watch and consume this channel religiously, you exploded today. There's no excuse. You had a monster day. What an unbelievable man this JD5 is. Let's take a look at some of the science behind why JD5 is who he is and why he does what he does.
There are 2 5s? JD5? AR5? There can't be.
Oh no. They're gonna cross streams. Oops. Well, damn. He's a fragile Freddy.
He's a 5. JD5 is the only 5. JD5 is him, and now all can see. He graduated from Himothy University. Unleash the Washington Kraken. JD5 to Saturn.
And beyond.
To Saturn.
And beyond.
Supernova.
JD5 absolutely put a clinic on Caleb at the end of the day. You can say whatever you want about what was going on and fluky play. 326 passing, 1 tutty, 0 INTs. Also 8 carries for 52 yards on the ground. I'll take that all day long. JD5 is a magician. As I mentioned earlier before, JD5 rudely but very, very welcomely interrupted what I was saying about Bijan. 13 totes, 63 yards in a week 8 win, 6 catches for 37 yards and a touchdown. They're using this kid all over the field, which is so remarkably exciting. And then real quickly, let's get into JD5. The amount of people trying to say Caleb was going to take JD5 to the cleaners today and kind of show him who's who. JD5 just absolutely mopped the floor with him. And I'm not saying there wasn't some good. Let me just say this. Okay, 2 things I want to say today, as much as we're patting ourselves on the back all day long on the show. DeAndre Swift, I see you. Lad McConkey, I see you. Okay? You both have been playing remarkable football. And for that, I'm going to take my lap. I'll take my lap. I totally missed on you two. Not only this week, but I haven't given either one the respect they deserve all year long. And that's on... Past that, we crushed it all day. This man Jacobs. Oh, this reminds me of a somewhat of a moon man. No, Mars man. He's a Mars man. 25 totes, 125, 2 touchdowns in the week 8 win over the Jaguars. More on Jordan Love, who got injured his groin. Probably very questionable for this week. So stay tuned for more on Josh Jacobs. Or I'm sorry. More on Josh Jacobs, but more on Jordan Love in that situation. But Malik Willis is pretty good for this offense. I don't know that I'm that concerned if I'm a Jacobs owner. I am if I'm one of the wide receiver owners like Reed, but we'll take that as it comes. Hang tight on this. Jalen Hurts, 16 of 20, 236, 1 tutty, 2 rushing touchdowns, 10 carries, 37 yards, 3. Did he have 3 touchdowns on the ground? Did he have 4? He had 4 total touchdowns, didn't he? There was 4 total touchdowns by Jay. I forgot that he had that 3rd touchdown. Unbelievable. Wait, I wonder what he is. Is this a spaceman? It might be one of our spacemen. Our spacemen are going nuts today. Breece Hall, one of the negatives may be coming from today. Another buy low. Breece Hall, Tyreek Hill probably are the 2 players that escape the buy window closing situation. So walking into week number 9, you can bet your bottom dollar that this man, Breece Hall and Tyreek Hill, will be the 2 top buy lows of the week. And you can certainly buy them low. People are panicking on some of what's going on in New York. They truly are. You could say who's going to sell Breece Hall low. A lot of people will if they're not winning. That's the whole point. Everybody's saying that nobody sells. Nobody's going to sell a big name player. You guys don't know what you're talking about. There are so many situations where someone's freaking out. A freak out Freddie, an upset Unger, a worried William that has 2 or 3 wins and they got Breece Hall. They got to trade him. Joe Mixon keeps doing it. 25, 102 and a touchdown in the week 8 win over the Colts, adding 4 catches for 32 yards on 6 targets. He's a top 5 to 10 running back until further notice. Really, just for the rest of the year. As long as he stays healthy, which is the one concern, but it doesn't matter. They don't care how concerned you are. You keep throwing him in there. He keeps doing it. And this offense is perfect for him, and he'll continue to do it. Cade Otton talked about him all week as the top tight end pickup. Guy that's going to capitalize off of no wide receivers over in Tampa. And another lap I'll take is that I didn't think Baker would explode again. Even without Mike Evans, without his guy Godwin, And he literally has just Cade Otton out there pretty much running around, and Baker does it again. Explodes, has a great day. Baker, phenomenal, bro. I see you. 9 of 10 targets, 81 and 2 scores for Cade Otton. I believe there's a third one that got left on the table, by the way. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, again, buy low, 6 of 9, 72 yards. Much better day than we've seen, but I think underwhelming to a lot of people. He'll be available via trade for people that don't have a great record right now. Tank Dell, a lot of freaking out happening all game long on this kid. And with Diggs, the injury to Diggs, which I have right here, there's a lot of chance that Dell's going to see even more opportunity than ever walking into the coming weeks. Now, you got another week of Nico being out, right? So you have Nico Collins still out. You have Diggs potentially with a knee injury, non-contact usually. It usually is an ACL or some sort of tear for sure. Like there's a tear somewhere, whether it was a meniscus tear that was bothering him and he went down because he cut and it just kind of, tweaked it, tore it, whatever. There's something probably bad. We'll find out more. I'm staying on top of all the news, and I'll let you know tonight when we have more information because we'll be doing a waiver wire show after JD5. This play by JD5, this 62-yard rip by JD5, scrambling around to the right, runs back to the left. JD5 throwing a missile from about 60 yards away into about right into the end zone, right into the back, the front part of the end zone. What a remarkable walk-off Hail Mary touchdown, putting a clinic on the Chicago Bears. I don't care how you want to word this or wrap it up your own way. Like, it was a long pass, that it was a freak play. It was a freak play designed by a man named JD5, who is a absolute. Should we hit the Supernova button? Can I see a bunch of space Supernova emojis? You guys know the emoji. If I see enough of them, I'm hitting the Supernova button. I know that Mahomes is kind of a damper to some people on the Supernovas. They think, Mahomes is not going to bounce back. Mahomes had a good day. He could have had a much better day, but he had 2 touchdowns, roughly 300 yards. Mahomes had a good day, and things are going to get better. Supernova, drop the Supernova. I got to do it. You guys are calling for it. Supernova emojis are flying left and right. Here we go. Let's see how they do.
There are handfuls of Saturn, Mars, and Moon men, but only 8 can be supernovas. I give you the 8 best picks in fantasy football. They are the 8 supernovas.
Look at Kyron. Look at JD. Look at Keon. Achane. Look at him. Look at him, Gibbs. Look at him. Look at him. Coleman's such a bold call. Such a bold call. Come on. You got to give that to me, even though he's been spotty. Look at him. Mahomes will come around. He's coming around already.
Liftoff of mission 41B, the first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
The shuttle has cleared the tower. You know what else has cleared the tower? Guys, what a day. We literally have had like the most near perfect day you could possibly have from a show perspective. I'm sorry, I'm just excited because usually there's a lot of ups and downs, right? There's usually a lot of bad that come with the good. I feel like there's very little bad today. This is like a dream come true week. But anyway, Diggs ruled out with the knee injury, opening the door for Tank Dell. And if anybody watched the game, they know as soon as, I mean, he had his touchdown already, but as soon as Diggs went down, the targets started to, the plays started to open up for Dell. Could have been targeted a lot more, but it just seemed like he was definitely looked at, more involved. Even if the target didn't count, Stroud was looking at him. Stroud is unfortunately playing like crap right now. It doesn't help that he lost Nico. Now he's down Diggs. I get that, but they're going to 100. Jayden Daniels started his live stream. Jayden Daniels started a live stream. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. That's JD5. He's live right now. That's our Supernova. That's our Supernova right now. He's live on Instagram. Yeah, that's right, JD. Let's request in. I doubt he's gonna. I doubt he's gonna do it, but let's try. Let's try. All right, I put a request in. We'll see what he does. JD5 live right now. Excited. He's excited. We're all excited. JD5, let's go. Let's go. Tank Dell, more to come. More to come. Believe in Tank Dell. Believe in Tank Dell. Come on, JD, accept my invite. Let's get in on JD5's live stream. All right, Trey McBride, 9 of 11, 124 in the Cardinals' Week 8 win over the Dolphins. I did hope that the Dolphins were going to win this game because it was something. It's something that I worry about in terms of like what happens if they're losing, they have no shot. What happens in week 15, 16 if there's little dings and nicks and injuries that are adding up. So we'll see what's up with that. But 9 of 11, 124. Trey McBride exploded. He's back, baby. Trey McBride. There's something I remember about Trey McBride somewhere. I think it's right here. Some science.
Once upon a time, Trey McBride saw two quarterbacks cross streams.
There are 2 5s?
They're gonna cross streams.
He worked effortlessly trying to accomplish this feat on his own. Then, one day, he crossed his 4th and 5th round average draft position. And then, this occurred. Get McBride.
Hi. What would you like?
Footballs, please. Lots of footballs, please.
Coming up.
He's Marvin, he's 11 feet tall, and he loves to consume the football. He's Kyler, he's 4 feet tall, but Star and Marvin will answer the call. They're Kyler and Marvin.
So return of the Marvin Harrison, video. We haven't been able to hit that in a while, but Marvin Harrison looked bleak at first because Kyler looked like he just hated him first half, and it's play calling. It really is Arizona Cardinal play calling more than it is Kyler. But Kyler needs to take the onus. Look at Keon Coleman grabbing that ball right here. I'm watching the replay on TV. This is what I'm watching on TV. This is posted by NFL. Keon Coleman grabbing that absolute football that playing like he's playing with Pop Warner kids. Just absolutely manhandling defenders, and he's a big boy. This is he's about 7'8". This guy Keon Coleman. He stands next to other players, defensive backs, other wide receivers on his team. He towers over everybody. He's an absolute specimen, and he's playing his natural position, and he grabs this man ball in the end zone, just manhandling the Seahawk defender. And I'm just so excited about Keon Coleman. We'll get to Keon Coleman in a minute. Marvin Harrison Jr., 6 of 7, 111 yards and a touchdown. Literally a top 5 wide receiver in the making. I won't lie. I'm worried about how the Cardinals decide to turn on the usage, flip the switch. But I was plenty happy with the end result here. And we've said this before. it might be one of those spotty starts for him, and then he takes off like Jahmyr Chase did. Jahmyr Chase had some big moments, then he went through a big lull where he didn't do much at all for a significant amount of weeks. We're talking over a month long. Jahmyr Chase did nothing his rookie year. And I said, buy low, buy low, buy low. And I looked wrong for 3-4 weeks straight. And then Jahmyr Chase got on his horse and single-handedly won people fantasy football championships. I think that this is that man. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is still a top 5 overall wide receiver of the future. And he proved it today in literally, I would say, like a half of football again. Keon Coleman looking like a monster. And I think I've got, not only do I have this graphic I'm showing you of him absolutely snagging this man ball in the end zone. Just an absolute giant, this monster. We've got the JD5 numbers. We already went over those. Let me put that right here. We've got this, I think this is there it is. We got Shakir 107, 9 receptions. James Cook 17 carries for 111 and 2. What did I say on the Patreon last night? That James Cook was one of the better buy lows exclusive to the Patreon live streams that we did and talked about, who to go get last second. Cook was a absolute steal of a go get player. You would have known this if you were subscribed to the Patreon and you're listening to the replay of the Patreon live stream last night, or you were there present for the Patreon live stream. The Patreon live stream, to get into these live streams, to get into the live chat on Patreon, just click that link. Whoa. My bad. Click that link that's I just dropped in the chat, the live chat. Click the link in the description that says Patreon. 10 live chat rooms. I go live in there, and you get to chat with me while I go live, kind of like Twitter Spaces in a way. And we do this during the evenings, and then the replays are available. But James Cook just exploded. Mahomes, 262 and 2. He had another tip pass that was an INT. Not his fault. But it is what it is. You get an INT, you get an INT. But a lot of people ripping on Mahomes still. He looked very, very good in this game. He's magical on the field. He knows when to deliver, and he executes when he needs to, and he's phenomenal. 59 yards and 1 TD. Hunt looked like he was wearing down. If you watch the game, Hunt needed help getting up off the ground constantly. He was gassed in this game. And he 21 tough carries, but 21 carries. He's going to slow down. There's no way Pacheco, if healthy, isn't grabbing the job back, I think. Kelce, 10 receptions for 90 yards and a touchdown. Absolutely remarkable day for Travis Kelce owners who hung tough. We had a few Travis Kelce questions, and those ended up paying dividends if you ended up going with the Travis Kelce advice that we talked about here on the channel. I don't think there was a moment where I hesitated, and then I remember switching it back. But for the most part, anytime I was asked a question about Travis Kelce, he was put him out there. He's the guy. He's the man. And then I wanted to put up who was I trying to put the stat line up of? Keon Coleman, right? So Keon Coleman, let's throw Keon Coleman's lineup and celebrate this man. Shakir had the higher box score seeding, but Keon Coleman's the man that got the touchdown grab. So here is Keon Coleman's line. What a remarkable day by the outstanding rising star, Mars man, Supernova man. Here we go. Keon Coleman, 5 for 70 and a touch. Last week, 4 for 125. Really 5 for about 135 and a touch, but they called the touchdown out by a blade of grass. So Coleman literally had, in my mind, back-to-back touchdown games, about 200 total yards in my mind. But we can't count last week's touchdown, so 4 for 125. Led the league in receiving last week. Comes in, 5 balls, 70 yards, and a tutty. Had a lot of other opportunities, but we could play woulda, shoulda, coulda with anybody. But Keon Coleman looking like a monster. We're almost done with all the news, and then we'll go straight into the Super Chats and then the game. Kirk Cousins, 276 and 4 touchdowns, continues to play great football. And if you had him on your bench, it was painful because you most likely sat him for, obviously, JD5, guys like Mahomes, guys like Caleb, guys like players that didn't have as good a day, and it is what it is. But he's definitely somebody we need to talk about moving forward in some of those closer scenarios. 20 totes for 105 and a touchdown, adding 1 catch for 12 yards. Taylor buy low season is closed. This guy needs to be acknowledged, and he's still available in a tremendous amount of leagues. He'll probably lead the waiver wire wide receiver show tonight the waiver wire wide receiver section of the waiver wire show tonight. I go live after the Sunday night game, about 2 to 3 minutes before the game ends. We're live already in the chat talking, and as soon as the game ticks down to 0, I hit the go button. That live stream that you're all hanging out in goes live, and we do the waiver wire show. Every Sunday night, when the Sunday night game ends, we go live to do the waiver wire show. We'll talk about this man catching 7 of 9 targets, 99 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Cedric Tillman is on the map, and he looks really, really good. Laporta's back, had another touchdown. He has this touchdown, 48 yards and a touchdown. The throw was from Monty. Monty threw the football to him. Monty had a good day, 2 touchdowns from Monty. Sam Laporta, 48 yards, should have had 2 touchdowns. They called it back. What a day for Sam Laporta. Baker Mayfield, as I described, went nuts. 330, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but good God, the guy keeps doing it. Hats off to him. Kyle Pitts, 2 tutties, unleashed today. 91 yards. Unbelievable game by the held back tight end for years, and now we're finally getting what we need to get out of him. 307 and 2 touchdowns out of Kyler, and he delivered today. He did really well. Kind of had some spotty play, but it is what it is. Jameis Winston, look, this guy's a baller, and he's great for Cedric Tillman. Cedric Tillman's going to say, feed me, and Winston's going to say, how much? How much can you handle? Because this guy just throws 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 334, super flex leagues, whatever. He'll be the top waiver wire quarterback recommendation tonight, and you should already own him. He's been on our list for a while. Barkley had a good day, 108. Could have been a lot better with some scores and different things, but sometimes he gets like game scripted out a little bit. It's kind of odd. Jordan Love, groin injury. We'll know more probably tomorrow or tonight. This could be a multi-week thing, possibly. Devontae Smith, a lot of people wanted to sit him this week. It was always very hard to sit him whenever this question was asked, and there were comparable players. A lot of the time I went Devontae Smith. A lot of the time they're talking about ballers. Some of you had too many good decisions and you have to make trades. But Devontae Smith showed you why you need to start him. He's a low-end wide receiver 1 much of the time. Sometimes he falls into the low-end wide receiver 2 range. That's just the nature of the pecking order there and the way that the passing attack can fluctuate. But 85 yards and a touchdown, Devontae Smith was a baller today. Calvin Ridley, look, I mean, there's enough opportunity with Hopkins out of the way for him to do stuff, but the problem with Ridley is even in Tennessee, very similar to Jacksonville, the weeks you sit him, he'll do this. Then you start him the next 2 weeks, and he does nothing for 2 weeks straight. But 10 of 15 targets, 143, and lost a fumble in the Week 8 loss. We'll have to see, depending on your options, whether you start him or not. Derrick Henry, 73 yards and 1 touchdown in the Week 8 loss to the Browns to Jameis Winston. The Ravens lost to Jameis Winston. Jameis is coming for blood. Ja'Marr Chase could have had a lot better day. This production was in the very beginning of the game. 9 of 11, 54 and a touch, and then he kind of went dormant. They just locked him up. Mark Andrews, 5 of 5, 36 and a touchdown. Seems to be back to a degree. And I sell him if I've got like a Kate Otten and you have an opportunity to improve your other positions. Mostert, 19 yards and 2 touchdowns. Probably will be very touchdown dependent, but he's certainly going to get his opportunities. Bucky Irving becoming a very solid flex play going forward. 44 yards. Commanded a lot of the between the tackle runs. They really leaned on him a lot. And then they also threw 7 footballs to him. And again, like we said, Rachaad White, Bucky, and Otten and McMillan, they're all going to have an uptick in usage. And that showed. Like, Baker's still able to get the ball moved around the field. 5 of 8 for 113 yards in this Week 8 loss for Garrett Wilson. Very good day, but very disappointing that this team could potentially not have anything to fight for soon. And that scares everybody. And maybe we start trading some of our jet players. I'm not saying don't buy low on Breece Hall, and I'm not saying don't sell high. Some players can fall into both categories, but I certainly buy low more than I sell. 20 totes for 48 yards and 2 touchdowns for Ramondre. With Drake May injured, maybe just a one-game thing. We'll find out. There's certainly potential that he could get leaned upon going forward. So that's all the news right now. Let me hit these super chats and get these out of the way. Looks like we got a couple $20 haulers. We got Slayer with a $20 hauler. No, it's a $1.99. Sorry. $1.99 hauler. Let me put you right here. I'm going to come for all these super chats once I once I get these $20 haulers out of the way. Let me see, where was the one that I saw? $20 hauler was coming in from James. Was it James? No, it was Matthew. Matthew, I trust you the most, Smitty. Thank you. So I am seeking your input. Thank you, Matthew. I have a parlay next leg left CD to catch a pass on the first drive. Can I cash out now and turn 150 into 5,900 or ride it for 22K? Wow. Guys, we got to answer this quick. The game starts in 7 minutes. Are we telling him to cash out this for 5,900 or let it ride for 22K? Don't just say let it ride because you want excitement. Like, what would you do? If you needed CeeDee Lamb, touchdown, first drive. First Dallas drive. I'm going to say cash out. The chat agrees. Cash out $5,900. Take it, Matthew, and run. I hate to tell you that, and then he gets a touchdown that first drive. We're going to go crazy in here. But there's a lot of up and down. The matchup isn't the worst, but it's also not super, cakewalk. And the fact that Dak and the Cowboys have been struggling, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a couple 3-and-outs and then they get going. Cash out, Matthew. I'm going to feel so bad if I'm wrong, but I'd feel even worse if you were out $5,900, bro. Congrats on that. Absolutely amazing. Breece and Cup for Jahmyr Chase. No way. That's way too much, bro. That's way Breece, and I like the Breece and the Breece side a lot better. Slayer, trade away Cup for Gibbs. I would take Gibbs in a heartbeat. I've said that pretty much. He's a top 4 overall player to me. James, appreciate you. Cedric Tillman to the moon. Absolutely.
To the moon.
I mean, he's going to be the top wide receiver pickup of the week probably, bro. We'll see when we get to it. But up 42 against Kittle, Neighbors. Chances of winning. Up 42 against Kittle, Neighbors. I'd say 70% chance. There's still, a chance it happens. But drop Pittman, Bigsby, Chase Brown, Ferguson for McConkey. I would drop Pittman for sure. For sure. Absolutely. But not Bigsby or any of those boys. 10-man PPR, 174.26 in one league, 181 in the other. We're crushing it. If you follow this show religiously, you had a day. You had a day.
Let him cook.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm the best drone flyer on the internet.
Mashed potatoes. Wrong. Muy mal.
No, I think I might be. Okay, thank you, KJV. Appreciate you very much. Where are we at? KJV, appreciate you, my broski. Let him cook, says James. James, appreciate you. Let me see if I can get through these super chats before the game starts. Got Lamar, JD5, Bigsby, Terry, and Lamb, and Pacheco. So for Lamb and Pacheco, you give up JD5, Bigsby, and you got Lamar. JD5, Bigsby for Terry, and Terry for Lamb and Pacheco. I would take Lamb and Pacheco for sure. Yeah, you got to do it, bro. Your quarterback, you can't worry about Lamar versus JD5. You got to do that. I exploded Achane, Pitts, MHJ, Cedric Tillman. Rise, appreciate you. You followed this channel. You exploded today. Can you comment on the Browns? What do you think? I mean, look, this is more of like let's get some W's. But the problem is you're ruining your draft picks value. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I don't know, Rudy. If I was you, I'd rather not win right now because you're not gonna win anything major. So it's like all you're doing is taking away. But I understand as a fan, you just want to see wins. I get it. Anthony, appreciate your blank super chat. Jalen Warren or Pearsall? I go Pearsall. This one here, Cedric Tillman in a couple of leagues to replace Nico Collins. Great job, Kevin's exploded tonight. Sick, but interacting with fans. Rico's sick, but interacting with fans, taking merch and signing it possibly to get them sick too. Dallas can't even lie right. Okay, I got you. What you're saying, Clan. You thinking that maybe he's faking the injury? I got you. Yeah, maybe they're trading him. Who knows? Sigma, appreciate you. Would you trade Jettas for London and Marv? I'd probably say no. I'd rather have JJ, but that's close. 2 weeks in a row, I lost my match because of Coach Nervous Bird. Dicker 21 last week. Little Lad 30 today. By the way, you're embarrassing other creators this year. Thank you, Blake. I appreciate that compliment. That's probably the best compliment I've ever received. Smitty, you're embarrassing other creators this year. That's a good one.
Let him cook.
Appreciate you, my broski. Blake to the mother freaking moon. Let's send Blake to Mars.
To Mars!
Bring your sweater, Blake. It's a little chilly on Mars, my guy. Jordan with a super chat was able to trade Swift and Downs for JT. Down 26, smash of a trade. Have Mason going tonight. Would you start Pearsall or Wandell? I would go Pearsall personally, bro. Him and Debo looked really good in warm-ups, and Debo doesn't look restricted at all. So if you have Debo, get him out there. Smitty, I'm losing my mind. I have Achane, Kyron, K9, and JJ, and about to lose and go 4-4. Being one of the highest scoring teams, opponent had Hurts to my love, and that was the difference. I'm sorry, Megas, but keep the faith, and don't worry, it's a long marathon. It's not a sprint. And by the way, we smashed on Underdog today. I missed a couple. Let's see here. I missed a couple out of the gauntlet of ones I threw up on the screen. But a couple of these smashed. Like this one, for example, I threw 100 on. It wins roughly 600 based on the calculation that they do. They don't give you an exact. Every coin's about $1, but so about $600 for this $100 entry. Higher on Kamara, the 67 yards. It was 54. 64 yards, 81 for Gibbs. 56 yards for Achane. He got 86. Coleman was 30.5. Remember that when we said that's got to be Gibbs and Coleman and Achane were just so low. 56 yards for Achane. Coleman 30.5. Smashed the hell out of that. If you guys tailed any of this, I think you did good as well. There was only a couple misses on the whole gauntlet of ones that I threw up. It was a great day for Underdog. And if you want to do that as well, Underdog, promo code Smitty. The link's in the description of the video and really any video. The link's also right here. I'll drop it. But Underdog, they'll match your first deposit up to $1,000, 50%. So if you drop $20, they'll give you 10. The $10 is the minimum, so they'll give you 5. If you do 2,000, they'll give you 1,000, all the way up to $1,000. 50% match. I traded Devontae Adams and James Cook for CeeDee Lamb. I could get behind that. I really could. I think we'll find out what's going on here, but I could get behind that, bro. I could really get behind that. Wide receivers are Hill, Ladd, Keon, Coleman, Hopkins, Tank, Dell. Tight end is Otten. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. Cook is a fantastic value right now. He's a good buy low, as I said on the Patreon last night and on this channel and other times this week. 3 and 4 got Josh Allen, Chase, Hill, Cooper, MHJ, Worthy, Myers, JT, Breece, Mason, Bigsby. What should I do? I'd probably, I'm trying to trade Mason high off of this game. He goes into a bye. Might be hard to trade him, but maybe him and Cooper can get you, a player. I kind of hate that you have Breece Hall because he's one of my buy low targets. I hate that you have Tyreek Hill because he's my other buy low target. Those are two of the best buy lows this week, and you have them. So it's going to get complicated, but we'll work it out, WRM. I think that your opportunity will be to trade Cooper, assuming that's Amari Cooper. If that's Cooper Kupp, you're keeping him. But Amari Cooper and let's say a Mason, a Bigsby, and Andrews could get involved in this, even though you probably feel like I finally got a tight end playing well. I would sell him high if I needed to. We'll go attack some other wide receivers. Ja'Marr Chase is a little lower probably cost-wise than he should be. I imagine there's other RBs that we could go attack, bro. We'll find out as this game ends. But I think we need to have Mason go nuts for you so you have a piece to trade away. And if he has a big game, I think people are going to say CMC's not taking his job back. He's taking parts of it back, but very, very cautiously they're going to roll him out. Niners are running out onto the field. This game is getting started right now as we speak. Brock Purdy's about to run out of the tunnel. This is going to be one exciting, fun game to watch. Appreciate all of you being here. You guys absolutely rule. You make this show. I work for you. Breece is him. Who's talking bad about Breece? And be nice to be classy. Don't have to be so vicious. But who's talking bad about Breece Hall? Moves, QB, Patty, Caleb, running back, Breece, Gibbs, Braylon, Sean Tucker, Cup, Puka, Ladd, Otten. Good team. I'm not saying I don't believe in Ladd, but maybe Ladd's a good sell if you need to do something. But quite honestly, man, looking at your squad, I like what you got. I think I roll with this team. Breece and Gibbs, I'm fine with it. Puka, Ladd, and Cup, I'm fine with that too. Otten, there's not a lot of movement here. You can't sell on Breece. I don't want you to sell on Gibbs, so I'm going to tell you to stand down for the most part, my broski. It's a good squad. It's a real good squad. Ferguson, let's go. 10 fantasy points. Put it out into the ether what you need tonight. Put it out into the ether tonight. Okay, thoughts on Jameis Winston? I mean, bro, he looks good. He always throws for 300 yards. Even if there's 2 or 3 interceptions, it's a 302 affair. You know? Okay, Masonites unite. Yeah, let's get a Masonite. Look on the Patreon. We were willing everything to happen. Like we're putting great vibes out on players, and they'd score. Like it was all day long. We're like, we need one from Achane. Achane would score. We need one. We kept willing it. So let's will Jordan Mason, 110 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, no going back now. You sure you want to do this, Kyle? Yeah. We have to. Let's go. Start the procedure. Masonites assemble.
He's Kyron, he's 7 feet tall, and he knows how to handle a ball. He's Kyron, he can take frowns and turn them upside down with his touchdowns.
Achane. Achane is the man. His haters call him small.
But he is 9 feet tall.
But the continuum of the gigawatt component structure of Jahmyr Gibbs' workload divide has a megawatt offload that if you compartmentalize the component conjunction timekeeper and you flux capacitor out the continuum component megabolt, things just end up happening. And that's why Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 5 to 10 running back instead of top 6 to 10. What a day. What a day. This has to be literally the best day in fantasy football and the fantasy football show history. We've had such a good week. Hey, where's my Cousins video? Ron, thank you for the $20 holler. And I do owe you a Cousins video. I promised you I've got the video all mapped out. They take so long. I've been busy, but I will get to it. I promise you at some point. Thank you, Ron, for the $20 hauler. And we got another super chat here from, I think Max already did this one, right? Yeah, great team, Max. Hang tight right now in the squad. I like it a lot. Game starting right now. We're going to watch the game. We'll be back for the week number 8 waiver, or week number 9. God, we're already in week 9. Week 9 waiver wire show tonight. For anybody that doesn't know, I go live at 8 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday. Okay, every rain or shine. Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I go live additionally whenever news breaks. I go live most midnights. And in one of these midnight shows, roughly, it is the waiver wire show. So Sunday night, when the Sunday night game ends, we go live about 2-3 minutes before the game ends, so it ticks down. Everybody's in the chat room preemptively chatting like, hey, when's the show going to start? When's the show going to start? Where's Smitty? And then as soon as the game ends, I hit go, and we do the waiver wire show for the next week when the Sunday night game ends. I go live after the afternoon games every Sunday. I go live before all the games on Sunday. I go live after the Monday night game right after. I go live immediately after the Thursday night game. If there's a game ending, I go live. That's how I roll. What a day. What a day. Achane.
To Mars.
Gibbs.
To Saturn.
Coleman.
To the moon.
Even Tank Dell to the moon. He, and his value goes up. It was spotty, but it worked out. Mahomes was a little spotty. It worked out. 2 touchdowns. Could have been better, but it's still a good day. What do you need from CeeDee Lamb? Put it out there into the chat. Put it out there into the ether. Let's get a CeeDee Lamb eruption. And good luck to our boy who cashed out a contest that was going to give him, I believe he said $22K if Lamb scores on the first drive, or he gets nothing, or he cashes out now for $5,900. I said cash out for $5,900. It will be the last week of the season when you drop it. Maybe. Debo's on oxygen. Whoa. That was a replay, probably. Is that yesterday? Okay, that might have been yesterday. Now he's walking out. He's on the sideline without oxygen. They cut to a clip where Debo had a mask on, but it was old footage. All right, maybe that was last Sunday. It will be the last season. Maybe Ron, I'll maybe get it in the next couple weeks. I hate to say I'm getting it done tomorrow or the next day, but it really is tough to go. It's it takes hours and hours and hours. But I will get one for you, I promise. Even if I have to make a small, short one. Appreciate you all. See you after the game. Go CeeDee Lamb, 110 and 2 touchdowns. That's what I need from CeeDee Lamb. Put it out there. Put it in the chat. What do you need? Thank you for all your super chats. You guys absolutely rock. I work for you. Woo! Jahmyr Gibbs. Woo! Achane. Woo! Kyron. Woo! McBride. Woo! Marvin Harrison Jr. Woo! Buy low on Breece Hall.